Can't you run a diagnosis or something?
That's not me.
What was that?
No, it's just...
Why was it still talking?
It's the same like before.
Catherine, why was he still talking?
That's how it works, you know that.
What do you mean?
You know it's not magic. You were copied. The sleeping Simon in the seat was copied, and now you are here, just like Simon lived on in Toronto.
God damn you, Kath. 2 Simons? There can't be 2 Simons.
What did you think would happen?
That you were gonna take my mind and put it into another body, like a brain transplant.
I'm sorry, it wouldn't work that way.
You realize how messed up this is?
Please, I didn't mean to upset you.
How did you expect me to react to this shit?
Please stop.
You're fucking disgusting. What's gonna happen to him?
He'll sleep for a while, a few days.
And then what? Wake up in his fucking nightmare again? All alone? So cruel.
Well, what do you want me to do with him? Make friends? Let him know that we have to leave him behind when we go into the abyss?
What if he didn't need to wake up?
You'd do that?
I don't know. Maybe.
There. I set it up for you. Hit the switch if you want to drain his battery. He'll die within a minute. I'd rather not stay plugged in any longer.
She enabled it, but she doesn't want to be here for what happens next. Alright, Catherine's back in my hand. Yeah, we've learned this. I mean, we knew this ever since we know because of how Simon was transferred that it just makes a copy and doesn't transfer you. But we also know from Catherine, the way he treated that, the way she was willing to treat that one simulation, we kept waking up and driving insane over and over again in a dark way. Like, she's willing to disregard anything that happens to these AI characters, even though she is one of them, to finish her mission. And so she's willing to do this. Create a copy of ourselves. And that's it. Just leave him here and just disregard the consequences. That he's gonna wake up terrified and alone, having no idea that he's just, until he realizes it perhaps, that he's just flat out been betrayed, and that he doesn't get to go to the Ark, he doesn't get to escape. He's just gonna be trapped on this station with the screaming, the creepy, grunty witch girl over here, and that's it. That's his whole existence now. These don't open. So yeah, he doesn't. We're taking the power suit, so we get to leave. He can't leave. That's the whole point of why we did this. So he's trapped here, and right outside is a horrible monster, and there's nowhere to go. At this point, I think all that's left is just to drain his battery. Sorry, buddy. Unfortunately, you/I at least turned out better than everyone else here has. There it goes. We stop breathing. Ah, this sucks. Sucks to be me too, because how the fuck am I gonna get away? Our whole plan is to download ourselves into the Ark, but we keep talking about how that it doesn't work that way. You create a copy. Like when you move a file to your flash drive and all you really do is create a copy on your flash drive and you have to delete it from your hard drive afterwards if you don't want to have the separate copy of it. Like, how are, like, me and Catherine aren't getting onto the Ark. We're just putting a copy of ourselves on the Ark. Also, how crazy is this story that this entire story doesn't seem to have a single human character left in it? So it's just a bunch of AI fighting against other AI to preserve themselves in space? Well, we get to go outside again. At this point, I feel pretty safe outside, I think. We haven't seen teleporting guys since they first showed up, and it seems that none of the enemies actually are reoccurring ever. They're just isolated to their one area and that's it. So we never saw teleporting guy again, and the drone guy was never particularly threatening because he just slowly wanders around. Is that where I'm trying to go, or is that where I'm trying to go, or are they both where I'm trying to go? Maybe they both serve the same purpose. But so far we haven't established a new threat for the water, so I think I'm not in that much danger at the moment. That's a broken ladder, but that's not going anywhere unless I want to just jump for it. I don't know if the suit's built for that in particular. Let's head back the other way. God, this game's beautiful in the most horrible ways, because none of it's pleasant. It's all haunting in some of the best ways. Alright, are you a ladder? You're a ladder. Oh yeah, I look different now with these new arms. I look like a spaceman, basically. Hello, room? I can take a seat? Hey, it's one of those guys. The ones I talked about that just kind of are around, but a lot of them are broken.
Are we done here?
Yeah,
Activate the climber, please.
sure thing.
I don't think she even wants to know whether I did one thing or the other. Alright. Probably should take a seat, right? Are we going? May have done this wrong. Oh. Passengers 1. Descend. Now we'll try this.
Take a seat and we'll be off.
The Sunlight Zone. Rich in light and oxygen. PATHOS-II menu plateau.
Is that even possible? If there's some kind of afterlife, do you think my place is taken? The real me died like 100 years ago. Is there still room for me? And what about the Simon I killed at Omicron? What do you think, Catherine? Is there a heaven full of redundant copies of the same people? Is there someone up there who called me an imposter? It's dumb luck, right? And I woke up in the right body. I basically flipped a coin, and if I had called the wrong side, I'd be rotting away at Omicron. I mean, there's nowhere to know, right? You didn't hit the make sure Simon wakes up in the right body switch, did you? Not that you would know. I mean, he would still claim to be the right Simon. Christ. This is awful. We did an awful fucking thing. And you wouldn't mind? Why would you? How could you know that it's not me, the me that I am, the same that I've always been? Please say something. I don't want to think. Please.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to upset you.
Say anything.
When I was little, I used to climb the stairs all the way to the top of the building. And I can still feel how I had to, tuck my arms so I could push the heavy steel door open. Well, the first time that I dared go up there, I stepped out onto the roof and watched the smog rise and fall over Taipei. I got all the way up to the corner ledge and, I felt the warm wind in my hair and the sun was setting and the streets below were shadowed by the tall buildings. The people pushing through the crowd flowed like paint from an artist's brush. Street food vendors filled the air with aromas of all my favorite foods. For a brief moment, I felt connected to the world in a way that I never had before. It was the most profound feeling of comfort and sense of belonging I could ever hope for. I really never felt the same way again, but I went up to the roof many times after. I'm not religious, but I can see why people would be. The privilege of being makes a strong case, at least every once in a while.
Do you still feel that sense of awe? Even like this?
Things are different, but we're still here.
What's the point of going on? Everyone's gone. All the people still left are digital copies trapped in computers at the bottom of the sea. We'll never be able to rebuild or reclaim what we were.
Are you really so unhappy being what you are, or is this about the man who went for a scan 100 years ago?
Both, I guess. When I was back in Toronto, even the worst case, the darkest futures I could predict, they at least included my previous life somehow. I feel so uprooted. There's nothing here that I recognize, nothing that makes me feel like I belong. Even if we make it to the Ark, would it be any different? I'd still be alone. No friends. No family.
You could make new friends. I'm sure everyone would like to know the time traveler. If not, you still have...
Catherine? Kath? Hello, Catherine. What happened?
That's not good news at all for us. Well, we can't much talk to her if we don't have freaking power. Can I grab it? What are those? Crazy looking jellyfish? Alright, well there's a sight, damn. Can't grab it. Oh right, the ladder. There we go. Oh no. This has to end poorly, right? I'm on top of it when I do this. Yeah, let's just press the button. Start it over.
Hey, I know it's not much, but why have we stopped moving?
The power blacked out for a moment. Think it could be the atmospheric pressure. It's pushing pretty hard, really testing the limits of my suit.
Don't worry, it should hold.
Comforting.
It will hold.
There's your abyss. Well, at least we're not separated yet. We're still together. I was a little worried that I was going to lose all contact with her or something. That would have been a bummer. Do I just press the button again? Just take a seat?
Does time freeze when you're not powered?
Time feels omitted more than anything.
What's the difference?
I don't feel like I'm being held back or hindered. And I don't have the opportunity to reflect on the time I'm missing. It's simply missing.
Sounds like sleeping without the dreaming.
Yes, but generally you anticipate when you're about to sleep, and there's a natural continuation since we tend to wake up where we went to sleep. My experience is more like an ever-changing moment that never really seems to find closure.
Sounds kind of like a movie being edited live.
I suppose so. I guess it sounds exciting, but it really keeps me activated to the point of exhaustion.
It's rough.
Could be worse. Could be a time traveler stuck in a body made from black goo.
That'd be the worst.
I just kind of want these two to get to hang out for a while. No, stop.
You did it! You did it! I will make preparations.
Personal space, man. Personal space. Now what's going on? Oh, okay. But yeah, I guess that gives you some sense of what you're kind of fighting for, is that, like, you know, conversations like that can happen between Catherine and our character that I'm momentarily blanked on the name of. Whoops.
Oh, good, you're back.
What happened?
Something dropped onto the cage. Knocks you right out.
It spoke to me.
Looked like a man. One of WoW's creatures. It just stared at you for a moment, then threw itself down the abyss.
It said it would make preparations. I don't like the sound of that.
It was very strange. I thought it was gonna kill you for sure. Glad it didn't.
Yeah, me too.
Not like she could do much about it, right?
Looks like we're closing in on the ocean floor.
Good. Not sure the climber can take it much longer. Okay, so this is the Omega Sector. It's about an acre of the abyssal plan used by PATHOS-II. I expect we'll have to do some walking before we reach town.
You haven't been here before?
Not in a way that'll help us.
Right, the other you has been here. We're following your old footsteps, Kat.
When I had footsteps.
Could still be down here somewhere, technically.
Don't remind me, freaks me out. Alright, let's head for Tau and find that ark.
Oh yeah. There's all these relationships that she had with all these characters around here, but this version of her didn't have those relationships. Because only the other Catherine made it. Or more specifically, the other Catherine existed before, or continued to exist or long after. So the Catherine that went through all these different stations that we keep seeing all these photos and referenced in all these dialogue, probably all took place after her copy was made, because she was like, didn't she say she was first? There's climber. What is that? I don't want it. Gross. Keep it away. Hello? What have we here? Ominous. Creepy. Very blurry. So I can't even get a bearing of whether or not something's in there to attack me. Something glowy at the end. What's the error? Lumar link needed to call climber. You don't need to call the climber. It's right here. It is now, anyway. What's that? Stop. Danger. Area unsafe. Stay close to the lights. Oh. Okay. So, ACR platform. Operating cabin storage. Service power plant. I think the little square is where I landed. So I have to go out that way to get to Tau. Apparently I want to stay close to the lights or I'll get in trouble or something. What's in here? Hello, ACR log. 2013, 08, 9, 12. Okay, so it's in alphabetical order. This is back in August. Signed, Julia Dahl, Richard Holland. Sample collection, physical checkups. So that's arrival, then departure. Same two people arrived and left. They were down there for, oh wow, 6.5 hours it looks like. About a month and 2 weeks, a month and a week later. Alan Waldeck and Julia Dahl. Tau evacuation. Oh, right. And their departure failed. So they failed to evacuate. 3 months later. Catherine Chun, Ian Pedersen, Sarah Lindwall, Nikolai Ivashin, Jasper Hill. So there's our list of the 5 people that apparently made it. They're bringing the Ark to Phi. So those 5 people passed through here. Departure, Alan Waldeck, remote. Remote? So he signed his departure remotely. Not entirely sure what that one means. Huh. Seems to be all we're getting out of that. That doesn't open? Alright. The blurriness is eerie. That's not the video being really blurry. Like, that's just what this looks like right now. I can't see very much. It almost looks like there's a lack of light. Do I need to turn more lights on by going in here or something? Does me having a light attached to my head keep me safe? Any buttons here? On the Haimatsu? Hello. Data buffer available.
Tau? Come in, Tau. Please answer, Tau. Nothing. It's dead.
Let's move out. We'll try the next one.
That's all they got. You said to find the next one. You said not. You also said not to go into the darkness. That's all I see out here. So if I go towards this light, am I safe? It's the lightest stuff I can find, at least. There we go. Those are actual lights. Storage looks like. Stuff floating around. Always a nice touch. I don't know if stuff would ever do that though. I feel like it would have a specific water equilibrium height that'd probably be at the very bottom or the very top of the room, basically. Or maybe that stuff just is floating enough it doesn't matter. Not much going on here. This thing just stays floating exactly where I leave it. Huh. Drills? Yeah, this place looks a little unimportant, aside from the cool light switch that helps me get around. I fully expect them to fuck with me by turning off the lights midway through one of these trips. Hello? Look for another data buffer? Another Haimatsu warning. Fault line activity. Strong torrents expected. So there's the trip from Tau to Phi, or Omicron to the lift to Tau, and then the trip to Phi straight across. Looks like there's two different paths to get to Phi. But we need to find Tau first. There's the climber station, so we're headed towards the observatory, or we're near, or maybe already at the observatory. We have a bit of a walk to Tau, actually. All right. Anything around here? Just a few parts. Alright. Wonder what the purpose of this room is. There's these weird little M/W icons here. Oh, it probably was a station for either oxygen tanks or structure gel or something. Is that a body? What is that? It looks like organs. Oh, that's not good.
Jesus, did you see that? Stick to the lamplights, they won't go near them.
I can't fail, Glasser. It's important I reach Omicron. Our future depends on it.
Calm down. Let's just follow the path.
If I die, I need you to tell Julia Dahl that the WoW is out of control. She needs to get to Sarang. He'll know what to do.
Raj, you can tell him yourself. We just need to pick up the pace, okay?
Glass! We lost the path! We need to go back!
I know where to go. Come on.
It's over there! The light is over there!
Final push, Raj. Almost there. We just...
So Ross was talking about what to do if he dies. And that's what happened to him. The guy that was talking to him died. There's bones and shit sticking out around here. He got absolutely destroyed by something. Can I open that? I don't see control for it. Alright, stick to the lights. Run. Danger, stay close to the lights. Blue leads to Tau, red leads to the climber. So we've got to follow blue. So is there a bunch of red back there? I see some red. Don't know how much blue I see. Alright. Oh, there you go. Is that the blue? Don't necessarily see red all around, but alright. We've got a path to take. Fuck! Alright, I'm by the lights now. That's better. Rather not find out what happens. So that was Ross talking about his whole plan of what to do. Who needs to get into contact about how to fight back against the WoW if they can't make it. And they found Ross's body. He was all demolished and messed up, and No. Not underwater monsters. I hate underwater monsters. Don't do that to me. Of course they're spaced out in a really creepy way. So if he comes out, stay near a light, I assume. What's going on? There's like a freaky current going on that wasn't there a second ago. Is it gonna feel like it's pushing me back? Fuck! Why does it sound like lightning in the middle of the ocean? Fuck you! Alright. Don't know indecisiveness. Yeah, there's like a freaky underwater current going on. I think we've made it. There's the same symbol again. Yeah, not cool with water stuff. Don't need sharks and things. Or whatever that was. Obviously not a shark. What do you do? Oh no. Oh no. Alright, well, that's good news. Inventory. Mushroom extract, minge, dried squid, live bait tank. Stats. Item number 1. Humpback whale. Population size. Oh look, it's booming with the destruction of mankind, probably. If I'm reading those correctly, whatever each line means. Squid. Did it go down? What does each line mean? You're supposed to have graphs when you do a chart, dummy. That's not how charts work. Anglerfish, unable to load data. Mission logs. Observation 134. Setup. Lure, dried squid, 1 kilogram, 60 pieces of anima. Cameras, quad HDL. Let's see, results. Frilled shark, 140 centimeters. A rare shark approached the luminous lure. Circled around to eat the dried squid, unlikely that it frequents this depth, an anomaly. So a shark that shouldn't be this far showed up. 172. The lure this time was a blue marlin, 40 pieces of anima. So they're using different lures to see what shows up, basically. Target, giant squid. Mantle the size of a man. Its estimated length of the whole thing is 10 to 12 meters. Frantic attack tore the marlin apart. As soon as we turned on the lights, it quickly fled the area. Clearly another specimen affected by the leaking structure gel. Partially covered in scales, newly formed bone structure protruding through the mantle. Oh cool, so they're making monsters. 188. Oh fuck that, what is that? I can't even see it. Oh, not an anglerfish. I don't need anglerfishes in my life, those things are fucked up. They used LBT? L? I don't know what that one is, actually. This what they got was an unknown thing, 40 centimeters. The creatures disfigured by the gel are manic and will attack anything. Still hard to determine how WoW has affected their behavior beyond the apparent aggression and affinity with light. The creatures seem to hunt something particular, something not present in their ecosystem. Well, we need to turn on my light now. Oh, hello. That's the better image, better look at the first 2 pictures, I think. There's the shark, and there's the squid, which has glowy lights on it and stuff. Not quite scary yet. But the last one's probably what I saw briefly.